Hey guys, I'm back with another video. It's been a while. I am not going to be one of those YouTubers who apologizes for being absent because literally I think I have like 10, maybe 20 subscribers. So I'm just going to skip past that and just talk about the purpose of this video because I've been making a lot of kind of negative videos. I feel like looking at my like 5 videos that I have posted or 4, it seems like my last couple of videos have been just about how I fail and continuously fail the cursed audit exam, and I really just wanted to wait until I had some good news to post another video because it was just getting a little like I needed new content and I really wanted to put something out to help people. And if I'm constantly failing the same test and telling people that I did that, it doesn't really make it appealing to watch. So hopefully this video will actually help anybody who is trying to pass the BEC exam because finally, I was able to pass BEC while waiting for an audit exam score, and it was in 17 days that I was able to study and pass the test. And for me, that's a little bit unusual, which is why I think for most people, like your best chances at passing any of the exams is with BEC. And the topic comes up, what order should I take my exams? And I'll probably make a separate video about this once I've taken them all. But most people, and rightly so, recommend to take BEC last because it is the one with the highest pass rate, and it's just, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the easiest, but it is the one that, when you're at the end of your CPA exams and you're just trying to get them done, definitely BEC is going to feel a little more smoothly compared to the others. And I would agree with that. But like I said, that'll be probably a separate video. I'm just here today to talk about what I did specifically to study for and pass BEC. And I always make a disclaimer in my videos. These are just the tips and tricks that I use to pass the exam. It would be great if you guys could, pick and choose what you agree or disagree with, and not ever really follow us like someone else's study program verbatim because everyone learns differently. And I think that is something that we learn, like as people who study for the exam, that like one person's method does not always work for the other. And so I'm just going to talk about specifically what I did. So I would say the thing that you need to focus on the most are the multiple choice questions because that already makes up 50% of your exam right there. Whereas, the other 50% is allocated toward simulations and the written portion. So those two separately make up less than 50% of your exam. So you really should be focused more on getting as many multiple choice questions right as possible. And so with the sims though, I things that I've heard and read about online did seem to be true on my exam in the sense that if you do focus on the multiple choice questions and I wouldn't even say do well because I don't even think I did well, but I would say if you focused on the multiple choice questions, I wouldn't really waste my time so much with the sims unless you have a lot of extra time on your hands, and then I would say it's probably good to do them. But I only actually did 20 to 25% of the material offered in Becker, and that's because I literally only watched the lectures and did the multiple choice. I don't even know if I watched the lectures for all of the videos, but I definitely did all of the multiple choice and I didn't do any of the simulations. Most people say that that's the way to go. That's how it worked out with me, but just kind of maybe click on just see how it is for you. Like, see if you think it's beneficial or if you think you should spend more time with the multiple choice. And then I would also recommend flashcards. The purpose for flashcards typically is people, they will write a term or, yeah, usually it's like a vocab word or something, and then you have to recite the definition. That's not how I use flashcards. I actually use them they're basically like transportable notes that I can take with me, if I'm going on a walk or something, or if I'm sitting in the car, if you don't get sick, like reading in the car. But there's a lot of ways that you can just take these anywhere and just get in like a few extra minutes of studying, which over the long haul, I think that'll really add up. So, for example, like I have a flashcard in here about the Black-Scholes pricing model. I don't know, I'm never going to know really like what that is verbatim, but I do just have a flashcard where I can quickly read about it and then move on. And like these are basically just notes, not really so much like memorization tools, if that makes sense. And then I talked about the multiple choice in the Sims, but I also wanted to touch on the written portion. I really think that the written portion is the only reason that I passed. If I had to guess, like, how in the hell did I pass this exam? Because I really felt pretty poorly about my performance before I got my score report. Um, so there you have like three topics that you have to write about on this exam, and they're all pretty random. Like I couldn't tell you, obviously, and I'm not allowed to tell you what could be on there, but I would say just as long as you've read the book at least and gone through the book or, skimmed it or maybe not skimmed, but as long as you've gone through the book, I think you should be fine. I know a lot of people who literally have just winged the written section, and they ended up okay. I think it's an AI that grades it. I'm not completely sure. So people recommend throwing in some buzzwords related to the topic, if at least if you don't really have a good understanding of what you're talking about. But I will say I did make a flashcard for the writing portion, and all I put on it is just a really quick template that I was actually able to remember on test day. And so mine just says, for the intro, thank you for allowing me to assist with your inquiry regarding blank. The purpose of this memo is to blank. And then I had 3 paragraphs with 3 to 5 sentences each, with the last sentence being, I appreciate the opportunity to assist you. Should you have any more questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at your earliest convenience. And like, that is all you need to worry. Like, literally, I feel like if you just have a template, you'll be fine. I think my writing skills are a lot better than my accounting skills, sadly. But um, so like I said, like if you at least have a template for the written section, I really wouldn't be super concerned. Um, and one other thing that I did to prepare for this test is I did progress tests as I went along. So if I finished chapter 1 and all the modules within chapter 1, I would do a set of 20 multiple choice and just see what sections or modules specifically that I'm still weak on and just kind of make note of it to come back to later. But I would just move on. Like when you've done it, when you have to do it in 17 days, you kind of have to just not get so hung up on every little detail. But I have my calendar here that I actually used to lay out my plan on how I was going to tackle this exam. But with 17 days, I just took a couple days to go through 1 to 2 days for each chapter to get through every module. And then I took one whole day to go through every chapter fully, and by that I mean just did all of the multiple choice within Becker for that chapter in a single day. Actually, I'll be honest, I don't even think I did every single question. I think if I got like 70% of the questions and I was getting them mostly right, I would just stop and move on because like I just didn't have time to do all of the questions. But I would say if you have extra time or if you're a little quicker than I am, definitely just do as many questions as you can. I know Becker has some questions that would probably never pop up on a real exam, just in the way that they're a lot harder and it takes a lot more time to solve them. But I do think they're good questions to help prepare you for the test, just because if you can do that question, like you will have no problem on the real deal. But one thing that I will say I don't think Becker prepared me well for was the IT section. And so to point you in the right direction, I know a lot of people recommended Farhat lectures. So if you just Google or just YouTube Farhat IT audit, like I think his video should pop up, but he's a really good supplement. It's free, it's on YouTube. I just don't think I saw some of the things that I got on my exam that were related to IT pop up in Becker at any point, but maybe those were the pretest questions. I'll never know, so I can't really help you there, but let me just make sure that I'm going over everything. Oh, and then always do the AICPA practice exam, of course. Um, so yeah, that's about, I don't want to make this video too long, but if you have any specific questions, just leave them in the comments and I'm happy to like make a separate video just about that, or just to just quickly respond like with my written response. But that's about all I have for this video. I'm still studying for audit if you're curious. And I think I'm a lot more prepared. I say that every time, but of course, like every time I take it, I feel more prepared. I just hope that this is the last time that I'll have to take it. But if I pass that one, I'll be sure to let you guys know what I did with that, because I definitely approached it a lot more differently than I did the first 3 times. But my dog is getting really antsy, so I've got to step away. But thank you guys again for watching, and I'll be sure to post again in the future. All right, bye.